Hey guys, it's Lydia here. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a workout that's for when you just wake up and are a little bit tired and just want something that's a little more easy and kind of more of a warm-up to get you started for the rest of the day. So without further ado, let's dive into the workout. Alright, so we're going to start really simply with just some 5 deep breaths. So breathe in, bend your knees, breathe out, hands above your head. Last one. Alrighty, so for the next one, all you're going to do is just kind of go into like a tricep stretch. So grab your elbow above your head, and then you're going to kind of turn your whole body that direction to stretch out your whole side. Release, and then we're going to do the other side. Grab onto your elbow and turn the other way. Alrighty, relax, and next we're going to do some shoulder rolls. We're doing 10 each direction. The other way. Alrighty, so for the last warm-up move, you're going to have your arms wide and we're just going to be twisting from side to side. Getting the midline warmed up, your back, your abs. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And relax. Alrighty, well, let's dive into the workout. So this is really simple. We're just going to be doing each exercise for 30 seconds on and kind of like a small break in between as I explain the next exercise. It's not exactly like 15 seconds off, 45 seconds on type thing. Just wanted to make it kind of loose and chill. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Alrighty, we're going to start with some squats. And I made a little variation. So you're going to squat, step out, step in, and stand. Here we go. Do the other side. You want to take this at your own pace. So don't feel like you have to go really fast. Just take it slow. You're just trying to warm up your legs. Remember to squat. Push your knees outward and your hips back. Alrighty, and relax. Now we're going to head to the ground. Okay, so once you're down on the ground, we're going to go into a high plank. And what we're going to do in this is do some alternating side planks just to really get your abs and core and upper body warmed up more. So come onto your hands and your toes, shift your weight to one side, reach up, and go back down into a plank. And then the other side. Really keep your abs in tight here, because if you don't, you're going to be super wobbly in that plank. And relax. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to do kind of a variation of a donkey kick, one-legged donkey kick. I'm not going to make you do two-legged here now. What you're going to do is come onto your hands and your knees. We're going to stay on one leg for the whole 30 seconds. You're going to do a traditional donkey kick, so bring your leg up bent, and then extend it, bring it back bent, and bring it down. We're going to stay on the same leg. Here we go. Up, extend, back, and down. on the other side. Lift up, extend, back, and down. When you bring it back in, try to lift up a little bit higher and really squeeze your glute. Squeeze and bring it back down. And relax. Okay, so for the next one, we're going to work on some abs. So come on to kind of a seated position, and your legs are going to be in front of you, slightly bent. What we're going to do is you're going to pulse back and then do a toe touch. Pulse back and toe touch. So the pulse is as low as you can go. It doesn't have to be to the ground. It shouldn't be. Just like a slight pulse to really kind of fire up those abs. And you don't have to go super fast. Relax. Okay, so for this next one, we're going to do a little more stability and balance. So come into a lunge like so, and you're going to lift up like this. And we're just going to hold it here. So you really want to get deep into your lunge. You want to make sure that that back leg is as straight as you can get it. You can either have your hands on your knee, which is a little bit easier, or you can lift your fingers up towards the sky. Just breathe through it, we're almost there. Alright, relax. And we're going to do the other side. So bring your other leg up. Lift up. So you can start with your hands on your knee just to kind of get the hang of it, and then you can reach up towards the ceiling if you're ready for it. Keep your abs in tight. Legs are staying strong. Really squeeze those muscles. Make sure that the back leg is as straight as you can get it. Alright, come to standing. Alright, so for the next one, we're going to be doing some standing kind of crunch pulsing things. So you're just going to have kind of a wider stance and just crunch side to side, like so. It's a very simple move, but it's really targeting your obliques. And you want to go not directly to the side, but kind of forward, kind of to the corners of the room. Alrighty, relax. For the second to last move of the first round, we're going to be doing some deadlifts. This is a great exercise for your glutes and your hamstrings, and it's also kind of a good stretch because it just kind of wakes them up. So if you want to, you can grab something heavier like a water bottle, or if you have dumbbells, you can use those. But you actually don't need to, and I'm not going to for this one. So have your hips, or your legs about hip distance apart, chest tall, back flat, abs engaged. You are going to bend down to your hands reach about your shins, and you should have your knees bent and come up. Reach down and come up. So for the last move of round one, we're going to be doing some squats, but we're going to make it a little bit different because I like to make things different. I'm going to do a regular squat to a jump squat. It's a little more high cardio, so it really gets you warm. I did put it at the end of the round, just so that way you're already nice and warm, so it's not like starting off with this. But if you feel like you don't want to jump, you can take that jump out and just go into a calf raise. So that's where your heels lift off the ground. And you want to make sure that your foot is straight when you're doing this, so don't go out to the side. That's not what we want. Alrighty, here we go. Squat down, come up normally, squat, and jump squat. Land softly if you're doing that jump squat. And remember, push your knees out, hips back. Alrighty, relax. And now we're going to do that all over again. And then we're going to do some nice stretches after that. Alrighty, so we're going to start with that squat. Squat down, step out, step in, and stand. Here we go. We're already halfway through the workout. You might be starting to feel it in your quads and your glutes a bit more than the first round. That's a good thing. Alrighty, relax. Now let's go down to the floor for those plank, alternating side planks. Alrighty, so come down into your plank. Oh. If you want to, you can totally grab a drink of water right now. But here we go. Come into a high plank, alternate to a side plank, and down. Other side, and down. Remember, keep those abs in tight. You can go into that side plank, gaze up towards the ceiling. Your hips up towards the ceiling in that side plank as well. You don't want them to be droopy. And when you come into that regular plank, make sure that your hips and your shoulders and your head are all in line. Alrighty, relax. Oh, okay. So for the next one, we're going to be doing that donkey kick variation thing. I'm sweating at this point. We're getting a good workout in. Alrighty. Here we go. Lift your leg up, extend, up, and down. You shake out your wrists a bit, stretch them out if they're feeling a little bit tight. And we're going to do the donkey kicks on the other side. Alrighty, here we go. Lift it up, bent, straighten, bend, and down. Remember to squeeze your glutes and your abs. Flip over. We're going to do those ab toe touch pulse thingies. So here we go. Pulse back, touch, back, touch. Squeeze your abs. at the end. You can do this, guys. So the next one, we're going to do that lunge hold. So come into a lunge. Come up. And then remember, if you want to, you can lift your arms up. Remember, keep your abs engaged. Your back should be nice and long, chest up. Your legs obviously engaged. Make sure to straighten that back leg as much as you can. Alright, relax. We're going to do the same one on the other side. Alrighty, here we go. Lift up and start with your hand on your knee or lift up. Alrighty, so the first exercise standing up again is those side to side crunches. Here we go. Really squeeze down on your abs. Slight bend in your knees. Alrighty, relax. Let's do those deadlifts. Here we go. If you want to, you can grab a quick weight or not. Bring your hands down to about mid-shin and come back up. Remember to squeeze your glutes. Take this just nice and slow. Don't need to rush it. Alrighty, relax, and for the last exercise of the video, we're going to do that squat to jump squat. So you can take a quick breath, grab some water if you need to, shake out your legs. But here we go. We're going to do a regular squat, come up, squat, and jump. Only 30 seconds. I really like to have this kind of cardio move in there. It really just gets everything pumping. And then, like I said, this is a great warm-up. So if you want to do like another workout after this, more intense, you can totally do that. Alrighty, here we go, last one, and relax. Alrighty. Alrighty, that's it for the workout. Now let's go into just some simple stretches. Most of these are a little more like active, you're moving in them. If I didn't want it to just hold, especially if you're going to do a workout after this, you don't want to completely stretch out your muscles. But first thing we're going to be doing is some alternating toe touches. So have your legs kind of wider than hip distance apart. You're going to reach down, touch your toe without bending your leg, come up and go to the other side. If it's really hard for you to touch your toe, you can bend your knees slightly, but try to keep them straight. That gets a really good stretch in your hamstrings. Alright, last one. And relax. Alright, now let's go down to the ground. Alright, so now that you're on your mat, we're going to be doing some side to side lunges. So you're going to have one leg out like this, or one leg bent, the other leg straight. And you're going to try to push this back knee away slightly and just push kind of this inner thigh to the ground. You should be feeling a really good stretch. And then you're just going to switch legs, push the other one down, go back and down. So as you can tell, my hands are on the ground to give me more support. That way I can really focus on the stretch. Pushing my knee backwards, but you don't really have to do that. You could just have your hands on the ground and go from side to side like this, but I like to do it pushing my knee back. It just gets a deeper stretch. Alrighty, relax, and then we're going to go into another lunge. So this one's more of a typical lunge like this. You're going to go into the lunge like so, and then push back into a hamstring stretch. And then go back into the lunge and back into the hamstring stretch. And for both, just push until you feel a good stretch and then come out of it. Push till you feel a good stretch, come out of it. So we're not holding it for a long time, but we're still getting a good stretch. So if you feel like you're going too fast, you can't feel a stretch, you can hold it for a second longer and then go back. Alrighty, switch legs, do that on the other side. Here we go, push forward and stretch. You might notice one leg is more flexible. It's completely fine, happens to everybody. Normally one side's just gonna be a little more tight, especially in the morning. This side is definitely more flexible for me. For this next one, we are going to be doing kind of a static hold stretch, but it's more of a gentle one, so I think it's going to be okay. What you're going to do is bring one leg through, have it on the ground like this, and your back leg should be flat on the ground, your knee pointing down. And this is called either a half split or a pigeon. And the closer your foot is towards you, the less the stretch is going to be. So if your hips are really tight, you can have it really close. If you feel like this isn't much of a stretch, you can walk your leg out so it's parallel to you, and that's going to get a really deep stretch in your glute, your outer hip, maybe a little bit even into your hip flexor. Alright, so then we're going to pull the back leg in, and when you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch in this thigh, the back thigh. Pull it in as close as you can towards you to feel a stretch. So if that's out here, that's completely fine. If that's all the way in here, that's also completely fine. Just push till you feel a stretch, but make sure to not feel any pain. Alrighty, gently release, and we're going to do the same stretch on the other side. So first, we're going to start with just sitting up straight like this. And the closer the foot is towards you, the easier it's going to be. So if you really feel like this is too easy, you can pull your foot out a little bit. And if you feel like you really want to intensify the stretch, you can lean forward, and that's going to get an even deeper stretch, which is really fun. Or conversely, if you want to be like a slightly different stretch, you can stand up really tall and feel a good stretch in your back. But next we're going to do the quad thigh stretch. Pull your leg in towards you. And try not to completely load into the front leg. We want to kind of have even weight in both legs, and that's going to ensure that you're doing the stretch properly. Alrighty, relax. For the next one, we're going to go up into a downward dog, and then we're going to push down into a seal stretch. So hold here till you feel a stretch, and then push back into a downward facing dog. Here we go. It's kind of like the lunge where you just kind of hold it till you feel a good stretch, and then go right back. Once you end in your seal stretch, then we're going to be doing a similar thing. So this time, walk your hands out a bit farther, and then push your chest down to the ground while pushing your hips up. Hold here for a few seconds, and then push back into a seal. And then walk your hands back out, push into the puppy pose, come back, seal. These kind of active stretches are really good for warm-ups. Last time, go into that puppy pose and then push back into a child's pose to really lengthen back out your spine. Come on up, and that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed kind of this more simple, slightly easier workout, but still got the heart rate up, got me sweating. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, do so by clicking the big red button below. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified every time I post a video, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.